What is going on, you guys? Vape Easy here. I'm going to show you guys how to build the sleeper coil, but I'm going to do the macro sleeper coil. I think that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to use one strand of wire. I've already gotten started. I'm using 20 gauge kanthol, and this is going to be 7 wraps on a 3.0 millimeter flathead Stanley screwdriver. They're pretty cheap. You can go get one for a set for 10 bucks. We're also going to need a pair of needle nose pliers and a pair of wire snips. So go ahead and get your 7 wraps. I'll wait. Okay, so you got your 7 wraps. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab this bottom wire with a pair of needle nose pliers and pull it as tight as we can get it. Pull, 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 pull. Okay, now we're going to scrunch up the wire that's right here. So basically what we are going to do is we're going to take these. A lot of people like to just push with their fingers. I found the easiest way is to take a pair of needle nose pliers, grab on, slide down to the tightness that you want it, and just hold it for a little bit. That's all you got to do. Hold it, 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 push, hold it, hold it, hold it, and it'll keep your coil nice and tight. There you guys go. That is step 1. Step 2 is we're going to stick the longer side in the middle of your RDA. Right now I'm using the Night RDA, and it's actually pretty cool. So we're going to long lead in the center, short lead on the left. That's how we're going to build this sucker. Okay. It'll take a little bit to get it in there, so you're going to have to work it like to get it in there nice and smooth, away from the deck, enough to clear the cap is what I like to call it. Come on.
Seriously? Reginald.
I'm going to work on centering it too, so I'm just going to tighten down the negative connection, just like so. And we're going to center. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up, push over, pull up, push over, pull up, push over, and it's going to be in the middle somewhere. You just don't want it to touch. It's just bad. Don't let it touch. If you go over too much, just grab your needle nose and lead it back in. It just, I don't know. I love building these. They are awesome. I can give good reviews on this, and so far I've liked the sleeper coil, so I'm going back to it, but I'm trying 20 gauge kanthol. Okay, now I'm going to tighten down the positive connection. Sorry if this video takes a little longer than normal. I got a lot of people that like to interrupt sessions, like my wife, for instance. I love her to death. Anyway, we're going to cut the short lead off. Now, what I like to do while I'm cutting is I'll stick my thumb in, like, right next to the wire and then cut it. And I've seen a lot of people cut wire and it shoot off and stick them in the eye. Bad idea. So, the first set of this coil is almost complete. Pull up, push over. I'm just getting it quite a bit of ways from the deck. It can't be too close. So here's what the end result of the first is going to look like. Okay, just like that, just like so. Now we're going to do 7 more wraps on this side. Let me do something real quick. Okay, so this is going to be, might be a little bit difficult because it's thicker gauge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, let me show you what I mean by wanting to tighten them the way I just now told you. Because if you don't, you're going to end up with a sloppy mess like that. You don't want that. You want them to be tight, efficient. So, as I said, we're going to grab this pair of needle nose, and we're going to slide and hold for a minute. Okay, and then we're going to do it again, slide and hold. So ultimately you're tightening up the right way. I mean, you can pinch them together, whatever you want to do with your fingers or pair tweezers, but I like doing it this way. It's faster and stronger. It's nothing too difficult, I promise. Now the last wire we're going to use to pull it through. So when you loop over one more time, put it through that hole. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to take it, loop it under, and put it straight in the hole. Grab your needle nose and pull it through, nice and easy. Don't let it overlap any wires. Yada yada yada. We'll just work at it. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. That's how this is going to work. Alright. Now, we've got it pushed through. We are going to work on tightening the coil a little more. Just a little, not by much. Just enough, kind of thing. So, that's how we're going to do things. Now I'm just going to tighten up the connection just a little bit. You don't want to do it too much while you're centering it. It won't work quite as well. Don't tighten them up too tight. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull up, push over, pull up, push over, pull up, push over. Just getting it, far enough away from where it's at originally. Pull up, push over, pull up, push over. And plus, pulling up will tighten it the way it needs to be. Okay? Now, make sure that none of your wires are touching your screws, of course. They cannot be touching. I cannot stress that enough. Do not let them touch. Now, because I'm using 20 gauge kanthol, it's going to take me a little bit more time to center it. But when it's centered and ready to go, I believe it'll work out the way it's supposed to. Let me see this real quick. Oh. I'm going to cut a little bit off. Again, use your thumb to block wherever that projectile is going to go. I'm kind of just going to push it up a little bit. You want this to be able to go on nice and easy and clear itself away. So far, so good. Okay, now, now that we are doing this macro sleeper coil, battery safety again is going to be number one, because it's going to be above the limit that it's supposed to be at. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'll be right back. Actually, it'll just take me 2 seconds. I'll leave you alone for 2 seconds. 1, 2, haha. And now we are going to heat our coils up, clamp them together, and get them the way they are supposed to. Alright, let's do this. Clamp. Yeah, clamp. And we're just looking for it to burn just like that, folks. Just like that. Now, I think what I'm actually going to do is just make it a little different, because it just takes too long to Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and cut that other side off. Now you get the knowledge of it pretty much. I just showed you how to build the sleeper coil. If you don't understand how to build it, go watch some of like Rip Trippers. Though I know that he sold out the vaping community. I don't care. He's got some good, good pointers on there. Not that what he did was right. So I'm just going to do single coil at the moment. And that's what we're looking for right there. Took a little time for it to get up to heat. Now let's wicker and vapor single coil. Now what I like to use is these organic cotton balls. You can get them from Walgreens or CVS if you've got one. You're going to need a pretty hefty amount. That'll do right there. I'm going to twist it up like so. And then we're just going to slide it straight through. Just like so. Then we're going to cut the pieces off that's not supposed to be there. And not too short. So that's what the wick looks like right there. This is how we're going to build it. Now, yes, I just moved down to a single coil, but that's all right. Just go ahead and tighten down this connection again. Not too difficult to build. It's fairly simple. The vapor I'm using is called California Girl Creative Vapor. It's the 3070 mix. We're just going to go ahead and load it up. Get it nice and wet for first time. Go over the coils even. Do a fire test. Look at that. That's what we're looking at now. Let's vape on her. I need to get just the single. Let's do this. Whoa. That is some pretty good stuff right there. Let's vape on her again. Wow, I'm pretty impressed. Just do, if you can, I recommend picking up 20 gauge kanthol and just doing 7 wraps. It's awesome flavor. The heat, it's not so bad. You don't have you don't have certain things that are, trying to hurt the back of your throat. I'm going to take a hit with maximum airflow and find out what it looks like. Let's find out. Not as glorious. That other one was pretty glorious. Anyway, that's how you do it. That's how you vape it. I don't know what to tell you from there. There's that coil. If you like the sleeper coil, go ahead and let me know. And yeah.